Oh gosh, look at this thing. Hello everybody, I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for bearing with me again. I know it's been a while, but I'm very grateful, honestly. Thank you so much. The reason it's been a while for my new subscribers is because I had a baby 5 months ago. It's a little baby boy. His name is Luca Gray, and we adore him, but he's such hard work. Honestly, I had no idea having a baby was so much hard work. And that's why I wanted to start the video like this. It's very realistic. I didn't want to come on like all styled, and you know, I'm completely sleep deprived, and I kind of have managed to do my nails just because it's the weekend, so I can sort of hand him over to my husband and have a little bit of self-care time. And I thought I must film because I've missed it and I've missed you guys. So I thought we'll have a catch up and we'll have a get ready with me because I have to get ready. We have things to do. Sorry, I must put on some lip balm. Also, I have some new products that I'm trying out from Christy and Dior. They are gifted, so they were kind enough to send them to me. And so we're going to try them out, and I've been using them for a while. I always like to use products that are gifted for a while before I tell you anything about them at all. So I'll use some other products too. So Mr. Gray has just stopped sleeping on me. I just don't understand. The first 2 months were really like, he was sleeping long hours, and then bam, something happened and he just will not sleep. He would wake up, I mean, I would get a total of an hour's sleep a night for a good four months. The past 10 days have been much better because he wakes up every other hour, instead, or sometimes every third if I'm really lucky, but normally every other hour now instead of every hour. We took him to the doctor because I was like, is there something wrong with him? Although you kind of, mother's instinct, you know whether there's something wrong with your child or not, but I still wanted to, it didn't make sense. But apparently it could be a combination of things. It could be him teething, which were all the things that we suspected, basically teething, as well as sleep regression. And for the ones that don't know, because also let me say, I knew nothing about babies whatsoever before we had Luca Gray. I am not used to being around babies. All of my friends in London actually had children once we moved to Amsterdam, so I just knew nothing about babies at all. How many times can you say baby in a sentence? And also, I didn't want to read these baby books before his arrival because they just to be completely honest, they completely overwhelmed me. I was not ready for it. And so that means that once he arrived, I started to do all of my research really intensely and sort of read as much as I could. And sleep regression, sorry, for the ones that don't know, is when a baby's trying to distinguish the difference between daytime and nighttime. And yeah, it's a thing. For most people it lasts like a week, 10 days. Ours lasted 4 months. Oh my God. And that's also why I wanted to start the video like this, because this is what I look like at home, because some of you see my Instagram photos and say, oh, you look so cute, and that's very kind of you, but this is what I look like, you know, most days. But it's worth mentioning, I think it's important to have some time for self-care. I mean, we have no time when you have a child, but even if it's 2 minutes, I have to take Finn, our dog, out for walks every single day, and what I do is I make sure, so when I am feeling the most tired or awful mentally, for whatever reason, you know, if I'm going through a hard time, for whatever reason, those are the times I make sure that I do my best to look as good as I can look. I think that tiny bit of self-care for my own sake makes a huge difference, because when I then look better, I feel better. That's just something personal for me that works well for me psychologically. I kind of fool myself psychologically to thinking that I feel better. Let's start. I love face mists. I mean, I have quite a few just to sort of show you, and they have become a vital part of my everyday routine, just so that I can wake myself up. I normally carry, like, for example, this small one with me in my handbag anyway, but I find them a really good instant sort of pick me up, and with a baby I need them more frequently and more than ever. And funnily enough, I had no idea they were going to send me this. It's part of their Hydra Life range. And this is the Fresh Reviver Sorbet Water Mist. I'll show you what it looks like. And this is the range that I have been sent. And I always make sure that I try them on for a while before I tell you anything about them. So I have been spraying this every morning. You can put this, it says you can put it on top of makeup as well as over makeup. I like to put mine on before makeup because I feel like it's really hydrating and I want my skin to really soak it up. I have combination skin. I shake it, I'm not sure if you're meant to, but oh God, it smells so good. I accidentally inhaled a bit. It smells so good. And it feels really nice and hydrating. I have also put it on top of makeup for the ones that prefer that. But what I like to do is to cover my eyes and then put it on. But I do that to sort of, to ensure my mascara is safe. I have also been given this Fresh Hydration Sorbet Cream, which is sort of, obviously hydrating, plumps your skin. I naturally tend to like quite rich creams, although they're not good for my skin and they actually clog my pores and I'm not meant to use them, but I just like the texture of them, which is really bad because with my combination skin, especially during the warmer months, I'm meant to use these sort of gel creams or lighter creams. Okay, so a lot of the times when I have used these gel creams that are meant to be sort of really nice and light, I don't necessarily like the consistency of them because they don't feel particularly like a light cream. They feel more like a gel and sometimes they feel a bit sticky and I don't like that feeling. So I have been using this and it doesn't feel like that at all, which is really nice. I've actually enjoyed using it. I should use a spatula, but I have just come out of the shower and my hands are clean. And it's just, actually, it smells the same as the face mist. It's really nice and light. It soaks into my skin really nicely and it kind of reminded me that perhaps I should stop wearing these really rich creams that are not particularly good for my skin. And I put it underneath my eyes as well. And on the back of my hands, as you do. I'll just do another mist. Let's curl my eyelashes so I can look human. My curler is always Shu Uemura. I also like the Shiseido one. Please ignore this. I had a suspicious looking something on the side of my nose and had it removed. And I didn't want to delay the video because I delayed it once already because I was quite ill. So yeah, just ignore it. I get the results in 2 weeks' time, hoping it's nothing dangerous. I mean, can we just discuss how much more human I look? Oh, no, okay, not yet. Let me put some concealer on. I'm going to be using my BFF cream from Trinny London. It's got an SPF 30. I need the SPF, so something that I want to mention with this, the more I have used it, the more I like it, but that's not what I was going to say. What I was also going to say is, because it sort of looks like a cream, a lot of the times in the beginning would forget to sort of really take it down here, because what it does is it looks like a white moisturizer, but it has got pigmentation in it that adapts to your skin pigmentation. So to your skin tone. And see, this is another reason why these light creams is something that I should be using with my combination skin, because I always put SPF on, whether a moisturizer has SPF or not. I always put extra SPF on top, quite a high one, 30 plus. So I put that on top. And so if I have a moisturizer and then put my SPF that is creamy on top, it becomes too much. Let's go in with concealer. Very important. Where is my stack? I'm also using the Trinny concealer because I really like it. It's really good for everyday use, and I'm going to be putting it in my handbag because I'm going to be out and about. So, I should have said the BFF cream, I'm shade medium, but I actually should be light medium, which they didn't have when I got this. And my shade in Just a Touch, which is their concealer and foundation, is Trinny. Now I will look human. Oh yes. put it on top of my eyelids. I have such oily eyelids. It's no joke. I can't wait to put concealer on top of this, but I'm not allowed to yet. Right, hello. Where have you been hiding for 6 months? Oh, I feel better already. Laura Mercier Loose Powder. This is a translucent one. This is the palette that I have been sent. They are all matte shades and really quite beautiful. The number of the palette is 537 Touch. I'm going to go in with the lightest shade, and I'm going to go in all over my eyelids with that one. I then go in with this sort of warm pink shade, and I'm going to use my fingers because I like to use my fingers. It just creates a little bit of a depth. So I'm going to be using this shade here now, and I use a small brush like this, and this is when I will go in really close to the lash line. Oh, let me tell you about this mascara. Let me tell you about my eyelids first. My eyelids are incredibly oily. No, incredibly oily. Doesn't matter what kind of primer I have on, it doesn't matter what I do, that it just, if I wear eyeliner, it just runs. Whatever mascara I use, even some waterproof ones, it just runs. So I end up with black underneath my eyes during the day. I would come home and find myself having the panda eyes, which is not cute. So I was given this. This is also a gift from Dior quite some time ago. And it took me a little while to use it, to be completely honest, because it takes me a while to warm up to mascaras, and I'm very particular about mascaras because of my oily eyelids and because I'm obsessed with eyelashes, if you hadn't noticed. So I like my eyelashes a particular way, so much so that no matter what mascara I use, I will go over it with my own brush to really separate them. I like my eyelashes to be very separated and sort of look very fluttery, if that's a word. And I think the trick to any mascara is for you to look at the brush. The way the brush looks is the way your eyelashes will look. Does that make any sense? And therefore, I would never go for a synthetic brush because I don't feel like they separate my eyelashes the way I want them to be. So I thought, I played around with it for a little bit. Let me tell you, the formula is so incredible that this is something I'm going to repurchase, because not once has this gone underneath my eye. Not once. And I didn't realize what a huge difference that makes. Oh my God, how long can you talk about a mascara? But this is how passionate I am about eyelashes. I didn't realize what a massive difference it makes to have a mascara that doesn't run throughout the day until I tried this. This is, I haven't even told you what it is. Dior Show Pump and Volume. What I like to do, I like to take the excess off, because I feel like I do this with all mascaras, by the way. Okay, let me come real close so you can see the before and after. Sort of what it does to your lashes. Here we go. For me, it has been life-changing in my makeup game. The second eye always looks better, doesn't it? Okay, let's do my eyebrows. This is just a transparent gel from MAC. Right, on the cheeks, let's go in. I mean, this is taking so long because I'm filming. This takes me 5 to 7 minutes on the weekends. I've really enjoyed using this set as well. Instant Look in a Palette 5-Minute Face on the Go Beauty Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. Why can I not say her name today? I really like her products. This thing here, which is part of the face. Okay, and then I will use this pink one here. Fresh, fresh, fresh. Oh, yes. Oh, and then I use, since, you know, post-baby, I don't faff around with brushes. I just take the side of this brush, I go into the highlighter, this one here, and I just use the side and highlight. And let me tell you, it does the job. We're good to go. I'm just going to put some lipstick on. I will be using Phoebe Lip to Cheek. Oh, I should have put this on my cheek. Oh well. This is a really nice sort of warm pink. Oh, this is also from Trinny London. I'm going to end this video here because otherwise it'll be far too long. I have some fun videos hopefully coming your way. I have one with Botox that I'm going to be doing for the first time post-baby. I've been looking forward to that one. Sorry if it's controversial, but I have. I have a fragrance video coming finally. I'm sorry it took so long, but it's obviously because it made me feel nauseous whilst being pregnant. I have a styling video coming your way with new spring summer looks of garments that I've purchased. I'll style them up for you. We'll also be doing our hallway, which looks horrific. So we're finally going to do that. So I'm hoping to film that for you. There'll probably be little vlogs here and there as well. And please come and say hi on Instagram as well as below here. I have missed you guys. Thank you for bearing with me. Toodles. I was really gloomy before, but it's really nice and sunny, so I've opted for one of my favourite coats. This coat is from COS. I'm really sorry, but it's an old collection, so you won't be able to get hold of it now. Sorry, that's really unuseful, isn't it? But the top underneath is from Vince, stripy top. The jeans are from Topshop, Chanel trainers, and also one of my absolute favourite bags. You know this wicker one? It's vintage. I bought it when I was in Paris. Okay, let's go.